All right, Tulsa, this will be a quick one. Not much to say here. All right. So we got Kevin Wilson back for his second season at head coach. Same coordinators with them. His team went 4-8 last year, 2-6 in conference. They're 112th in returning production, just 4 returning starters on the defense. Right off the bat, we got to ask who's playing quarterback. Is it going to be Cardell Williams or Kirk Francis? Both those guys. Cardell Williams started the season as the quarterback. He played I think he started the first 6 games or so. Kirk Francis finished the season. So those two guys, depending on what website you look at, you can find different, each of them listed as the starter.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think it might be Kirk Francis that gets the start, but really not sure. They also brought in that kid Cooper Lagos from Utah State too.
Yeah.
So like there's another guy thrown into the mix, although I don't think it's realistic that he starts. So yeah, we're quarterback carousel. I don't think we 100% know who's going to be the starting quarterback here. They do have their leading rusher back, Anthony Watkins. He's back at running back. They lost their RB2 and RB3, but their main guy's back. They also bring back both tight ends. As far as their receivers, they bring back both tight ends. They brought in a kid from UTEP, kid from North Dakota. So wide receiver probably slightly improved this year, maybe. But who's throwing them the football is the main question. Now, here is the problem with Tulsa. That offensive line is crushed, gutted. They lost their 5 main pieces. There's only 1 returning starter, I believe. They brought in a kid from Cal to play tackle, but other than that, there's just a lot of question marks on the offensive line. Makes it tough to put any faith in Tulsa. And the reason that's a problem is this offensive line was good last year. It was one of the strengths of the team. They had a solid offensive line last year. And if you take away that, this team went 4-8 last year with a good offensive line, or with a solid offensive line. What do they look like with a bad offensive line, especially when they haven't addressed the issues at quarterback or they haven't seemed to address it? So yeah, I don't really know how much I can get behind Tulsa's offense without an offensive line. If their offensive line, they won 4 games last year. If their offensive line takes a step back, even a slight step back, they might win 3. So I'm not big on the Tulsa offense. On the other side, okay, the defense, all right, they lost a lot of pieces on the defense, but the defense was also terrible. This was by far the weakest spot of the team last year was Tulsa's defense. They lost their top 3 defensive linemen, including both D tackles. They're super inexperienced on the defensive line. They also got gutted at linebacker, but from what I'm reading, they did bring in 3 linebackers that they like through the portal. So even though they lost all the linebackers, their defense was terrible last year, and they bring in 3 new pieces. Who's to say that maybe they're upgraded at linebacker? I don't know. I don't know the names. I read them, who transferred in, but they're not people I'm familiar with. So I'm reading that they like him, though. 4 of their top, secondary, 4 of their top 7 defensive backs do return, but they lost their main guy, Kendron Ray, who was their safety. He led the team in tackles, first team all conference. He was the best player in their defense last year. He's gone. But they did bring back 4 of their 7 D-backs other than him. So the defense was terrible last year. Doesn't look to be much improved this year. I would say we can chalk Tulsa up for another year of bad defense. Same DC. Is there anything here to lead us to believe that Tulsa's defense won't be bad again?
No, my read on this team was the offense was dropping a lot. Not knowing who your quarterback is very concerning when everybody else in your conference has a pretty good idea and has pretty good quarterbacks. So I hate their offense. And defensively, they lost a lot. That losing your top safety is very hard. Top tacklers, I really don't like this defense. My read was basically, if they were gonna improve because of transfers, it wasn't gonna be enough to the point where I liked them. I really don't like this team. I don't really have much on them because it doesn't seem like they added anything that's gonna make them a significant contender in this conference. They're preseason ranked 12th in this conference, so there's nobody really expecting them being too good.
And I don't like their non-con either. They go to Arkansas State, which, I mean, if this Ryan 2 years ago, that's a win, but that might be a loss at Arkansas State with the quarterback and what they're doing over there. So that's probably a loss. They also have Oklahoma State. I don't know if you're seeing what's going on the screen in front of us, Andy. USA came all the way back. It's 84-82.
Oh, my God. Let's go.
For those of you that aren't watching the USA basketball game, we have it on in the background. They were just down like 16 in the second half to Serbia. This is the semifinals, too. So they're coming all the way back on Jokic. Durant just stripped Jokic of the ball. 3 minutes to go there.
Yeah, they're non-conference.
We'll give you a play-by-play if anything happens. How about that? Yeah, so let's open up their schedule, and we're looking at 1 and 2 almost definitely after 3 games.
Yeah, they're also going to La Tech. So that's probably a loss.
Dude, Sonny
too.
Cumbie.
That's what I'm saying. There's probably a loss.
Sonny
Happy
Cumbie.
birthday, Sonny Cumbie, by the way.
Is it his birthday?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they could beat Sonny Cumbie.
I don't know if they're going on the road and beating La Tech. No, I don't like that.
How about this? We'll give them one of the La Tech North Texas games. Or do you think they'll win them both? I think
I would say that's probably right because they're not.
They'll win one of those games. They're not going to drop both.
Yeah.
I mean,
they could very
no. North Texas is going to score.
Yeah, I really don't think they're winning that game.
All right, so let's just say 2 and 3 for argument's sake after 5 after the North Texas game. Home Army win.
Yeah, they beat Army.
That's 3.
Temple's a win.
Temple win 4 and 3. Your home UTSA loss. At UAB loss.
That's a loss. ECU is their best chance at a win after that.
This is under.
Yeah.
Under us up, prop
bad football team. This is a bad football team.
Yeah, this is not a good team. Under it up. In fact, I think there's a chance they could land on 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, under 4.5 Tulsa.
How about Oklahoma? Why is Oklahoma State going to them? That's an interesting. That's a weird home game for them.
Well, let's see. Did they play last year?
No. Oklahoma State's played South Alabama. They're non-conference.
That is a strange one. But all right, let's move on to the next team.